Hey everyone, Tankenstein here, and welcome to Stock to Spaded. In this episode, I'll be showcasing the Spitfire F Mk. This is a currently rank 4 battle rating 7.0 fighter in the British Air Force's tech tree, and is currently an optionally unlocked vehicle that sits in the same folder or grouping as the Spitfire F Mk. This is widely considered to be the most powerful propeller-driven aircraft in all of War Thunder, if not certainly one of them, and does see some improvements over the Spitfire F Mk, namely insofar as performance is concerned, with the slight increased top speed and also rate of climb. Now that said, as you guys probably know, I like to bring these through at least 3 matches, with the first match being fully stock, second match being about halfway spaded, and the third match being fully spaded. That way you can see whether or not it's worth it to unlock this vehicle, buy it, and then even to grind it, and also to see exactly how difficult it might be along the way, and to see how it performs throughout its steps of the journey. That being said, if you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into Stock to Spaded. So here we are, fully stocked with the Spitfire F Mk, and to be quite honest with you, this thing is good. It's very good for what it is. However, one of the big problems with it, and I'm sure you guys will probably see it in this gameplay, is that while it has good performance within its own speed band, so to speak, while it's got incredible maneuvering performance, especially compared to jets, it just can't keep up. Like, that F-84G, like, I may as well be sitting still. I cannot hope to ever catch that thing. It just flies so incredibly quickly relative to me, and that's pretty much every jet. You know, this thing is just slower than them, and it creates an issue because in a way it almost kind of caps off how many kills you can get in a match, because most of the matches that you'll be in, you're going to be in up tiers, which means that you're going to be facing mostly jets, which also means that most of the enemies on, or most of the allies on your team, the blue enemies, will also be in jets, which means that they'll get the kills before you. So, in some ways, I mean, it's good. Like, you can outmaneuver these aircraft, but you almost kind of have to hope that they come to you, because more often than not, you're not going to actually be able to reach them, you know, which really sucks. But, I mean, overall, if you can have an enemy that's somewhat close to you, this thing is fantastic. I mean, but you might also have to go for some of these bot aircraft in order to get yourself from being fully stock, because, you know, it is what it is. Now, when it comes to its other strengths, weaknesses, the cannons kind of suck. They have really bad reliability at first. You can upgrade that with a 300% reliability increase, which is fantastic. However, and this is a big however, they also have an okay belt. Ooh, got myself a kill there. Was not fully expecting that. Their default belts are okay-ish, but not really, because 1/3 of the belt is... See, I can't even hope to catch that F-80. 1/3 of the belt is literally just a tracer, you know. Another third of it is going to be, of course, the... didn't get a hit there. That's my fault. Should I fire on this guy? I kind of feel like I should, kind of feel like I shouldn't. I don't know. Nope, I am being shot at. That's what happens when you look at maybe taking someone else's kill. But overall, I mean, like, the firepower on this thing isn't bad when it's fully stock. I mean, it does have 4 20mm Hispano Mark IIs, which is okay. It's not bad by any means. It's got good maneuverability, good speed. You know, it's just, again, when it comes to fighting jets, this doesn't have the speed, again, the speed, to fight jets. It's just not there. And as you can see, I don't know if you guys just saw that, that was, it almost overheated when taking out that light pillbox. I'll try to do that again here. Hopefully I don't crash. And I will, but at least I got the light pillbox. So that's not all too bad. 2 kills, 3 assists. Again, Strengths of this aircraft, it's got incredible maneuverability. It's actually got a really nice climb rate even when compared to early jets, but it doesn't have great speed. And in that way, I find it where I can get like these 2,000 plus point matches relatively often, but you have to go for bots. You have to go for ground targets. You have to go for those things because those are the things that'll be left behind because all of your allies, like literally, look at this. Everybody on my team is a jet. And with the exception of, I think, a B-29, everybody on the enemy team was a jet. So everyone's just going to have like a 100 to 200 kilometer per hour advantage over you. And that really sucks. You know, I mean, like, I've only got a 698 kilometer per hour top speed. That's it. If they get near you, you beat them for the most part. But that's it. So that said, let's go ahead and get into the next match, see what we can do. It'll be halfway spaded, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Let's get into it. So here we are about halfway spaded with the Spitfire F Mark 24, and to be honest with you guys, this thing has had a huge increase in performance. I mean, maybe not so much top speed, a little bit insofar as top speed is concerned, but not so much. When it comes to performance, like the rate of climb has been hugely improved, and a huge part of that is that 150 octane fuel modification. Now, believe it or not, adding that modification actually increases the effectiveness of related mobility modifications, such as the engine and also engine injection. So believe it, I keep saying believe it or not. So by doing that, like you actually, I think, get like 70 to 100 additional horsepower. I'm just gonna go for this F84 in the back. But you get like 70 or 100 additional horsepower over top of like what the engine injection would normally do, which is just phenomenal, right? So it's just such a great thing. Also, I do have the improved cannons here and also the air belts. So hopefully these start working. Again, this is not at all a perfect thing here, but hopefully no one steals my kill. I'm kind of hoping. Okay, perfect. That other F-24 really wanted to steal my kill. But what I can tell you guys here is that the cannon is much better. The cannons, rather, are substantially better. But really, the performance on this thing, going from stock to halfway spaded, is gigantic. I mean, like, I don't know if there's a bigger jump in War Thunder than this. I mean, it is absolutely startling how big of a difference it is with this aircraft compared to just previous. It's just amazing. And also, I do think that the belts are a little bit better. The air belt, it's not like some huge, shockingly amazing thing, but now I am actually setting enemies on fire, which is definitely an improvement. I was not doing that before. In fact, actually, I don't know if I did that once before. I do have an enemy, I think, behind me somewhere. So it's just been, again, a big overall improvement. One more so than I expected. So, like, you know, of course, I had heard that this vehicle accelerates like a rocket, but I wasn't really experiencing that so much when I was about, I just died, no biggie. I really wasn't experiencing it so much when I was fully stock. But now that I'm halfway spaded, this thing is ridiculous. Now, it's still not going to be as fast as a jet. However, it can accelerate much quicker than a jet, and it can gain altitude like a jet. So this thing is a bit better than it used to be. Also, bear in mind, if you ever see it like where I'm showing me dying and all that, that's part of it. You know what I mean? That's part of how I play stock to spaded. I want you guys to see this vehicle in a realistic setting. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, well, he's only cherry picking the best matches or doing this, that, or the other thing to bend the narrative. No, this vehicle, like, this is a halfway spaded match. This is what you can expect. And every one of my stock to spaded videos always has that realism in it, because I'm not here to twist your leg. I want you guys to know exactly how this thing is before you go ahead and buy it and possibly even grind through it. So I said, let's get into the fully spaded match, but thus far, I mean, that halfway spaded match, very impressed. Holy crap, wow, talk about a jump. So of course, here we are, fully spaded with the Spitfire F Mark 24. And again, we see even further improvements in the performance on this thing. It's just otherworldly, genuinely. I really can't believe how good this thing is. I'm about to intercept a B-29, whereas, while it's fully stock, had no chance of doing so. And even halfway spaded, I was like, maybe. But here we are on the precipice. I'm probably going to be dying anyways. But let's just go ahead and fire a few shots off at this guy. Oof. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Anyways, that's enough for me. So I'll just go ahead and accept that. I do not feel like being destroyed by his, whatchamacallits. Now, that being said, overall, when it comes to this aircraft, very, very powerful. I can see why 7.0 BR, personally, I really wish that this thing was 6.7. I know it's not going to happen. This does have an appreciable increase in performance over the F-22. But the F-22 is arguably in a better spot BR-wise relative to performance than even this. And the big reason, again, for it, hopefully he breaks up moving too fast. But again, a big reason for it just happens to be that this thing faces a lot of jets. It sucks. Like, I hate that so much. It's just jet, 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 jet. And then, of course, your occasional bombers. So, let's go ahead and just try to shoot out this guy. Ooh! There you go! Second B-29. Again, this thing has no problem climbing. Holy cow, man. Wow! Holy guacamole. So, another great thing about this, great rate of dive rate. Now, one thing I did want to mention. The grind. So, the grind on this, very easy. It's not very difficult at all. I had numerous matches, even when I was fully stock, where I grinded, I think, like 2. Yeah, like, it must have been like 2 or 3 mods in one go. You know, it's a pretty easy grind. So, I really don't have a problem with it personally. Let's see. Can I... Not going to get a hit, but not going to really matter all too much. I can still far out-turn that guy and go for these guys a little bit more so here in the city. Got the third kill. Probably... Ah! Oh, that was a closey. Woof. Holy guacamole. Got another kill. Got a crit. Ho, ho, ho. We are... whooping today, guys. Wow. So yeah, I mean, I like this thing. I'll say it. The F-24, like, there are few aircraft that I've experienced in this game. Few aircraft that have had such an, at least when it comes to props, right? Like in non-missile carrying aircraft. Very few have had such an enormous increase in effectiveness than what I see here with this aircraft. And I think a huge part of it comes down to... that guy really, he kind of tricked me out. But it comes down to the fact that this has that 150 octane fuel. And my goodness golly, gosh, great googly moogly. It is just such a huge, huge bonus on top of this. Just absolutely wild. And I'm all for it. Let's go ahead and I guess just cap this off. I at least have a crit from before against that that F-80. I really still call them P-80s, by the way. They used to be referred to as P-80s in War Thunder, not so much anymore. But still, holy guacamole. Wow. Wow. 3,000 point match. And like I said, this is literally my first fully stock or spaded match. This is it. Like, I'm just giving you guys the realistic matches that you can expect with this thing, and you know, not in a complete up tier. This thing can dominate. Holy cow! Wow, it's just me and one other guy. Let's hope we can do something here. Probably not, but who knows? Now, if I haven't already mentioned it, one of the unfortunate weaknesses of this aircraft is going to be its relatively low flap speed. So you can't use flaps at anything below, I think, 900, anything above really like 300-ish kilometers per hour, which really, really sucks. Ugh, the F-89D. You hate to see it. Or maybe you like to see it. Yeah, keep on turning, buddy. Okay, we got ourselves a crit and a kill. Look at that. Nice, a 5th kill. Not too bad. But insofar as strengths and weaknesses are concerned, Again, I mean, like, once you upgrade the cannons, they are amazing. They are amazing. Plus, with the belts, you see much more consistency in getting kills with fewer rounds, I guess, shot per kill, which means that you should have more ammunition in general, which is just such a nice thing. This thing has great rate of climb, good top speed for a propeller aircraft, although, of course, not necessarily amazing compared to jets, which I'm about to fight one. Didn't get a hit. Let's go turn down. I should probably go after some ground targets. But regardless, do I recommend this aircraft? Do I think it's worth the grind? Do I like it? Well, if you had asked me that when I was fully stock, I'd say no. If you had asked me that when I was halfway spaded, I'd say maybe. Now that I'm fully spaded, yes, this is easily worth the grind. This is easily worth the full spading. This thing is worth it. I mean, it is just amazing. If you are a big fan of props, more so if you're a big fan of Spitfires, yeah, this is it. This is the evolution. This is the ultimate version of it. And it's just wonderful. This guy is not going to go down easy, man. Anyways, I just died. Doesn't really matter. We won. And I got a crit. But, as I said before, yes, going fully spaded with this thing, I fully recommend it. It's got nearly an 800 km/h top speed as a prop, almost 30 meter per second rate of climb, still that Spitfire-esque turn time of less than 18 seconds, and it's got great cannons. This thing is the kit and caboodle if you have a propeller aircraft. This is the top of the top when it comes to propellers, at least when it comes to fighters. Yeah, I fully recommend it. I mean, like I said, there almost is no bigger improvement from going from fully stock to fully spaded than what I've noticed with the F Mark 24. This thing is amazing. By the way, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I greatly appreciate all of it. By the way, thanks again, guys. See you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.